Hi everyone, welcome to my channel again. And I feel today's talk is gonna be about the concept of right or wrong. And I'm a big advocate for freedom, and whatever you resonate with, you should do. And I feel like we are trapped in a constant evaluation of if we are in the right or wrong path and what is a right thing to do and wrong thing to do when there's so much level of awareness that we are not aware of, that we don't even can conceive with our level of like consciousness as a collective. But we want to use a rational mind, or we want to use the perspective of somebody else to tell us if what we're doing, where we at, is right or wrong. I feel this is flawed, and the more we allow somebody else's life, somebody else's perspective, um, a regroupment of people, choice, and action to define where our intention comes from, the more we're giving our power away to be manipulated and attributing to ourselves a label that doesn't belong to us. So let's say you have different um, capacities that, if we put it together, you have a mental disorder. It's letting somebody else put a label on something that you supposed to be defined and categorize it as something that's wrong or bad. And because you believe that person that has your power, because you're giving your power away, you're starting to judge yourself and use that label as an excuse or as a tactic to get benefits out of that label, let's say. When we let other people decide for us, we're giving our power away. Like, it doesn't need to be defined by somebody else. The more we're trying to be defined by what is outside of us, the more we like running like in circle. We're running away from what truly matters, is like, how much are you present in what you're doing? How much are you aware of your own intention with what you know about yourself, with the level of consciousness that you have about your own aspiration and fulfillment? And are you trusting yourself? Are you trusting how you feel about what you do? Or are you trusting more somebody else's perception? Sometimes I get like validation from other people and I get really emotional about it. And every time it happens, I'm like, it's okay. I'm gonna get better at letting other people reaction of myself not affect me such in an emotional way. Not because I'm angry at it or I'm mad at it, but more because it's giving too much power to somebody to kind of like make me, question myself. Because in a place, I'm like, if somebody has the ability to make me have an emotional response from what they're saying, that's mean there's something there that is important. Sometimes it's not the person and their idea that are important, but more what is the thing that has been triggered, and why is that being triggered, and how can you remove that implication that somebody else can change your state of being and change your emotional state of being and change the way that you feel about yourself and you feel about your dream and you feel about how you want to experience this life. The more you let other people have that role in your life, the more you're going to be running after something, someone to give you that sense of fulfillment, to give you that sense of purpose. And this is an infinite race. And unless you appreciate that race, if you're a little bit like me, you don't see like you see the repetition on that race, and there's nothing more exhausting than feeling like you're always running away from your own truth. You're always running away from yourself. You're always trying to find a reason for you to feel less about yourself, because you have been trained to always see the negative to be able to evolve. Change is inevitable. There's nothing more constant than change. And change happens at every second. every single second. You're not the same person from the beginning of this video than now. Now you're a new person. Reintroduce yourself to yourself. Reintroduce yourself to yourself and believe that what you believe in is good enough. That yes, it is soothing to have people that agree with everything that we're doing and never like make us question ourselves. But it's not where the validation and confirmation should come from. If we're always seeking to see how somebody else or a group of person or a collective is going to resonate with how we think, how we talk, how we express ourselves, how we move, if we're waiting after this, like we will wait, it's like we're waiting for something we already have. And if we go into like energy kind of way, if you expecting some time of you that you can recognize inside of yourself, is like you denying his existence. And because you deny his existence, you will never feel the fulfillment on having it outside of you. Maybe you will have reminders here and there, but you will always be like, why is never constant in your life? Because you're always denying his presence in this moment. And because you deny it, there's nothing outside of you that can reveal that to you, that won't become something you will latch on, and that will have the power to decide for you if you are that thing or not. When you used to like sprinkle your power all over the place, unconsciously you have groups of people or things that have a latch on you. And if they need not denying you, it's like you like, okay, well, I don't have that validation of that thing anymore, so I might be doing something wrong, and I have to listen to them to get that validation back to feel like I'm this thing again. Which is like, why we do that? Like, this is not exciting to tell that somebody else has the switch on and off in how you're gonna feel about yourself, how you're gonna identify about yourself, how you're gonna walk in this world. We like to think that somebody has the best answer, somebody has the best path. Like, number of time I see on the video or vlog, people are like, how do you did that? What are you doing? What job are you doing in life? And what is the element in your life that makes you to have that visual, because a vlog is only visual. It's nothing about that day-to-day in details. You don't have like a plug and you can get to experience what that person is experiencing in an emotional, like physical way. But we like to latch and be like, if they have that outside visual manifestation, they might have did something I did not do. And if I do it with the intention of like manifesting what they had manifesting, it will work exactly like this for me. As much as you can work, as much you can still be in the chase of the best outside manifestation with the best plan that you feel you want to commit to get somewhere, while thinking that you're not that thing in this moment. While always, it's like running away from yourself. But you're looking for yourself, but you're running away from it. It's an like infinite chase. We don't want to be chasing infinitely. Like, what is this? Like, every day is a new experience. Even if it feels the same, even if you feel like you can anticipate exactly how your tomorrow is going to be and how to make it the most right possible with the less wrong possible, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know if the way that we explain to you the right or wrong is right. And if it's not right, how you will decide what is in alignment or not in alignment with your core principle if you're not even knowing what is your core principle, because all you're doing is following this person, and be like, they look like they have their life together, so maybe if I do the same thing, I will get the same result. You can be inspired. Inspiration is always good for everybody. Like, I'm big in inspiration. But after a while, you have to disconnect and not let that person become your teacher and God forever. And when they stop validating what they were validating during a period, to doubt yourself, to doubt everything you have built, by always having in the back of your mind that you were trying to get to this point to feel this way. Life has a different way of showing you that until you truly believe that you are something that you think you want, you will never feel satisfied and always run away from it, because sitting in the truth that you have it is the most uncomfortable thing ever. To let ourselves agree that we have everything that we want right now in this moment, and we are perfectly as perfect we can ever be in this moment, and we don't need to chase, and we don't need to seek, and we don't need to work towards something to get something, is an uncomfortable place to be, from the way the society has been built and the way we see things to be to come to fruition. Is a hard thing to say, but I feel, and I have confirmation, but you always have confirmation of what you truly believe, that there's nothing wrong at believing that. There's nothing wrong at celebrating all the part of yourself, like, as much the one that are seem positive than the one that seem negative. And be like, this is part, of this, like, the more we like trying to pinpoint one side and another, the more we are hurting ourselves, the more we are like shaming ourselves, like we experiencing something good, and just because we're not as excited as we think we were, we're like, oh, look at me, like, I didn't deserve that. We will say something like that. I didn't deserve it, look at me, like, not enjoying it as much as I think it will be, like, feeling like, oh, it was just that, because it is just that. Because after the first high of anticipation between what you are and the materialization of it, it become mundane. It become your day-to-day, like your day-to-day was before. There's nothing more or less about who you are in all of those moments. And the more you can involve that relationship of you being in a moment and appreciating every single part and second and every opportunity and beauty that there is in this instant moment, the more you're gonna feel like it doesn't matter what this moment is made of. I'm just gonna appreciate it all, because this is what matters, is how you appreciate this moment. I hope it makes sense. See you next time.